What's up, Dice Crew? Look, I'm gonna dive right into the topic, right? So we had Spoety Face, Spider Lobe, and American Cholo do a podcast, right? And I ain't gonna make a long video, but I'm gonna just try to like speak on a few different things. And um, first off, shout out to all three of them, right? But Spoety Face pretty much started the conversation off very well, right? Like he had a good question, like once they start getting into like the serious and sensitive topics and whatnot, right? He pretty much had a question like, what can black people do to not make Mexican individuals feel a certain way, and vice versa, right? And I just want to say this, right? Like, shout out to Spoty Face. He definitely got a head on his shoulders. He know how to articulate, and he definitely understand what's going on in life, right? Shout out to Spider Low. He definitely has some good points. Shout out to American Cholo. One thing you said that was, that I felt like carried weight and carried some, volume was when you said that you didn't agree with Lefty Gunplay's approach pertaining to saying like if he would have brought home um if his daughter was to bring home a black guy, then everybody would pretty much be like it'd be an outrage. And you pretty much said that that's just not absolutely true. And you also let everybody know that you have a daughter that has a husband that is a black guy. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to y'all in the family. But I just want to kind of say this, like, it was certain topics, like, when Spoty Face was pretty much saying that he wasn't in agreement of other races using the N word. You pretty much kept trying to like force the black culture to accept something. You know, like you kept saying that the N word is no longer like a word that belongs to the black culture, but it's just it's a corporate word now, and it's out there. It's like a global, you know what I mean, and people can use it because it's all in the music and such and such and such and such, right? But I have to say this, that it's not really, even if that's your opinion on it, you entitled to that. That don't necessarily mean that you should ever take that type of stance against somebody, because it goes against the whole, the whole start of the conversation based upon, what can black people do to not offend Mexicans, and how can Mexicans work on things to not offend the black culture. And if you sit in a room with a black individual and they telling you that they don't agree with something based upon their culture, you pretty much should have said, you know what, this is my opinion, but I'm not gonna put a debate about it, because it's really y'all, it's the black culture's um uh perspective and outlook on that topic, whether it's gonna be cool or not. Anybody outside of being a black person, they don't necessarily have the right to give a okay for another race or themselves to use that word. You know what I'm saying? And you have stated that you used to say the word, and you stopped. It was certain things that you was kind of saying certain things that I felt like wasn't really um responsible. Like you was making certain references like young Hispanics is starting to mimic young black dudes, and they're gonna probably pick up a lot of disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Which was not cool. You know what I mean? I feel like at the end of the day, that's y'all business. If y'all can't have the young Hispanics continue to respect y'all like they have before, then y'all gotta put y'all foot down. But I don't feel like you had the right to say that, you painted this narrative like the young black dudes don't really respect structure. Like, is it perfect? No. Do everybody have structure and listen to people? No. But it is a strong percentage that still do. You know what I'm saying? You also kind of like, went off to kind of say like they be running into looting and running in 7-Elevens and stealing, and you was kind of using that to kind of paint the narrative like they was picking that up from the black culture too, which I feel like that was really irresponsible, American Cholo. You know what I'm saying? And I also want to say like to pretty much what else I had in mind, man. I'm sorry I'm to y'all tuning in. You know what I mean? My mind just kind of went blank for a minute. It was certain things I wanted to speak on. Booyah. Spoety Face had brought up a good rebuttal. You know, he said you pretty much was defending and pretty much saying like the N word is a corporate word now and it don't really belong to the black culture. Which is like Spoety Face brought up the Tiger situation. That how you were so outraged with his video based upon, you know, dressing like a Hispanic guy, tacos and stuff flying out the sky. And Spoety Face said something intelligent. Like he said that he don't think that it was like being disrespectful. I don't feel like it was either. But he also said that if your stance is like, you know, if you felt offended by it, then you got the right. And I feel like you should have took that same approach with the N-word. Like, hey, I don't feel like, you know, if everybody used the N-word, they trying to be offensive. They just pretty much mimicking. You could have left it there. You didn't have to be so strong, acting like, you know, that don't belong to you, because that goes hand in hand with just giving more respect to both groups. You know what I'm saying? We got to respect each other overall. You know, it's not trying to bully one opinion or outlook on the next group. It's just trying to understand each other and try to move with the most respect that we can actually maneuver with. You know what I'm saying? And it was a great podcast. You know, it was an episode that was good. Spider Lowcat ran up out of there. Not ran up out of there in no type of like, you know, negative way or nothing like that. But he just kind of removed himself from the internet. I mean, from that interview or whatever, or the podcast and stuff like that. And I want to say, it was definitely a good thing for y'all to sit there and share outlooks and try to come to just, you know, just have a dialogue and, you know, be a part of this whole black culture, understanding the Mexican culture. That was great. But I'm going to piggyback off of something that Spider Lowcat said. You know, Spider Lowcat pretty much like, and I watched it too, you know, but he pointed it out. That's why I say I'm piggybacking off of it. But like when Spider Loc was saying certain things, even a little bit when when Spoety Face was saying certain things, you try to turn everything into like a joke and you start trying to bring humor in it. Now, I don't know if you had got, you know, too intoxicated. I don't know if that's naturally you. I'm not sure. But you have to work on that for you. You know, don't ruin a good moment by trying to be, you know, with like too much of comedian type of get down, you know. Now, Spider Loc was absolutely right. I felt like, you know, I was definitely learning. I was tuning in. It was a great episode, like I said, but you have to work on that. You know, I'm sure you guys will probably redo that ever again, or you will have that same settings with other individuals or something, but try your best not to try to, like, you know, be a comedian and make a joke and do everything like just do all the ha stuff just so you can kind of like water down another person's rebuttal or their input. You know what I'm saying? And for the most part, that was it. I don't really want to make it a long video. You know, I didn't want to do the reaction and all that stuff. It was just, I'm just speaking, trying to, you know, group it all up from everything I had gathered from the podcast episode. So again, man, shout out to American Cholo, you know, for creating that situation. Shout out to Spoety Face and Spider Loc for showing up. Everybody has some good points and some good knowledge. You know, I learned certain things from American Cholo and what he was saying about, you know, how it was in the 90s and stuff like that in North Hollywood. You know, I learned certain things from Spoety Face. And Spider Loc, you know, he be on what he be on and stuff like that. But when Spider Loc really got his mind set in, I think we all can agree that, you know, Spider Loc got some intelligent things to say and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And he know how to articulate things. You feel me? So that was just it for the most part, man. You know, just work on that for the next time, American Cholo. You know, that way, so, you know, people in the black community and Spider Loc yourself or Spoety Face or whoever your guest may be or the audience is, don't take it as like you don't have no real respect or you don't take what the next person is saying. You know, when you deliver your messages, you know, you strong about it and you know you stern about it. So again, shout out to y'all. Shout out to the Dice Crew. You know, if y'all want to go tune in, it's on American Cholo page. Y'all can get your own opinion about it, and then y'all can tune back or whatever y'all want to do. But shout out to the Dice Crew. Y'all keep it a Benji for me in the comments, and I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. I'm out.